Morning. We're going to talk about a little bit about Samuel Langhorne Clemens today, aka Mark Twain. You may have heard of him. He wrote some books like Life on the Mississippi, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and one of my favorites, though not big on a lot of people's lists, a little book called The War Prayer. Check that out if you ever get a chance to get around a copy of it. It's pretty cool and pretty truthful. Um, yeah. Anyway, He uh, he was pretty famous for a lot of things. He was a humorist. Once again, great author, entrepreneur, steamboat captain on the mighty Mississippi, and he was also somebody one might call bon viveur. I probably didn't pronounce that right. Right. I can't even pronounce Meerschaum right. So, as many of you can attest to from some of my other videos. But anyway, a bon viveur, I might got it right that time, is someone who enjoys good food, good drink, and not so much in moderation. Uh, but I think to make it easier on my tongue and, well, your guys' out theirs, we're just going to call him a tippler for the day. Twain was a tippler. And his favorite tipple, well, earlier in life, it was bourbon. And, as Faulkner and Hemingway and some of the great authors of their time, and Fitzgerald, they were big into that bourbon. Yeah, Twain was as well. And one's got to think that riding up and down the Mississippi back in the day, and a big old steamboat. I'm assuming some drinking went on there. Wink, wink. But some of those guys were, I'm being probably some pretty rough characters. Anyway, one of his early loves, as I mentioned, was bourbon, and it's pretty well documented that he loved it. There's a famous quote of his that says, "Too much of anything is bad, but too much good whiskey is barely enough." Amen, brother. Uh, yeah, but unfortunately, it seems like around 1873, his mind seemed to stray from the thoughts of good bourbon. And well, just where did it go? Well, to another drink called scotch. And you can get into the scotches and the whiskeys and the barleys and the ryes and the 51% of, of sugar and corn and God, it'll make your head explode. But let's just say he was a Scotch lover, which he was. And with that being said, I'm going to pour me some, I don't know. I'm going to pour me a little red label Johnny Walker here. Well, it's a Scotch malt whiskey, I guess. And, you know, I know it's morning and everything, but, well, you know, like I've said before, you really can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And I'm kind of a seasoned professional at this. Yeah, it's tasty. It's got a little spice to it, a little peppery taste, kind of like that. Kick you right in the butt first thing in the morning. Anyway, now where was I? Oh yeah. His love affair with Scotch began on a journey to England in about 1873, as far as anyone can tell, aboard the ship, the SS City of Chester, which is a very interesting vessel, and we're going to get to that here in just a little bit. The things you find when you start doing research. Anyway, apparently the ship's surgeon turned him on to, well, a drink, a new drink, he called it, a cocktail. And it appears it was made of scotch and lemon juice and probably some sort of bitters. And truthfully, it's probably an earlier version of an old fashioned as we know it now. And apparently, Twain, America's favorite writer, took to Scotland's favorite drink pretty easily. liked it a lot, and there's some proof of that, which well, I'm gonna read to you right now.
A few moments later.
Now on with the letter. Uh, January 1874, apparently, Clemens wrote his wife Olivia from the Langham Hotel in in London, where he was lecturing around the city at the time period, and he basically told her he wanted to continually keep drinking this luxurious cocktail that he'd found. So, without any further ado, we'll sip. Wow, that's good stuff. Let's get on with the letter. Livy, my darling, I want you to be sure and remember to have in the bathroom. What? When I arrive, a bottle of Scotch whiskey. Don't we all wish we could call our wives on our way home from work and say, darling, have me a bottle of Scotch ready in the bathroom? I can't because I don't have a job, but then again, some of you might be able to try it sometime. Let me know how it goes. Anyway, when I arrive, a bottle of Scotch whiskey, a lemon, some crushed sugar, and a bottle of, I'm probably going to word butcher this again, Angostura bitters. If anybody has a proper pronunciation, please send it to me. I probably won't look at it, but anyway, for now, it's Angostura bitters. Ever since I have been in London, I have taken in a wine glass, what is now called a cocktail, made with these ingredients before breakfast, before dinner, and before going to bed. My kind of guy, right? Yeah. Let's do it up the whole day. Hmm. Hmm. To it, I attribute the fact, up to this day, my digestion has been wonderful. Simply perfect, he says. It remains day after day and week after week as regular as a clock. Well, that's good. You drink enough of this stuff, you can be real regular. You know what I mean. Anyway, I mean, apparently, he was, well, apparently he was enamored with this, and I'm starting to feel sorry for Livy here a little bit. But anyway, on with the letter. I love to write about arriving. It seems as if it were to be tomorrow. And I love to picture myself ringing the bell at midnight, dear. Then a pause of a second or two. Then the turning of the bolt. And who is it? Then ever so many kisses. Wow, this guy's romantic. Then you and I in the bathroom. Okay. Drinking my cocktail and undressing, and you standing by. Then to bed and everything happy and wink wink jolly as it should be. Apparently, old Mark Samuel Langhorne Clemens is quite the romantic. Yeah. oh, oh. And now, let's get on to the shipwreck part of this thing. All right. First, I'm going to put up a picture of a ship that's called the SS City of Chester. Yeah, right here. Then I'm going to put up another picture of a ship called the SS City of Chester. Yeah, right here. And then I'm going to put up a picture of the SS Oceanic crashing into the SS City of Chester in the San Francisco Bay area. This was about 1888, August 12th to be exact. Center right to the bottom. And I fell into a rabbit hole here. Just like, bourbon and scotch and murky things as such. Uh, Holy cow. It just, the murky depths right down with the steamship in San Francisco Bay. Unfortunately, I don't think that was a steamship that Clemens traveled on. First of all, the one that went to the bottom obviously only has one stack. The one that, well, I did look and I found some transit logs, I guess that's what you would call it, of the ship's voyages across the sea in the Atlantic. And that ship, just like the picture, has two stacks. I'm assuming that means two boilers. I don't know. I'm not a seafaring fella. But anyway, and also the wreck picture, to me, there's sketches of it, and then there's the painting in the fog that's kind of famous. And the ship's got its aft up, and the ship with the double stacks looks a little more curved. And it was also made in 1873. Supposedly the other one was made in 1875. And with the internet, you never know what to think. So you don't know if somebody got their years crossed. But this is it. I did a lot of looking at this, and I believe that the ship that sank in the San Francisco Bay was not the one that Clemens was on. However, that's a pretty cool story in its own. And after I did some more research on like the logbook and the transit records of the other SS City of Chester, I found that it was used during the Spanish Civil War, bought by the U.S. government. It was renamed the Arizona at one time. Yay, go Wildcats! And it was also finally scrapped in 1907, I believe, in Italy. So I believe that ship that Twain was on made it quite a while. However, it makes you wonder if it wasn't. Was that old ship's surgeon, the Tippler himself? Was he that turned Twain onto this cocktail? Was he at the helm? Ponder that for a while. Anyway, on with the show here. Uh, Andrew Carnegie in the early 1900s, another a Scotchman, a very famous person in himself, and looted. And I don't mean on Scotch, I mean on the greenback dollar. He when he found out that Twain had a real love of the Scottish drink, he himself, well, he started sending him casks every now and then of Scotch. And I'm gonna read you now. Switch over from pipe to bourbon glass and technology. And with that being said, I'm going to read you a few of the thank yous that Mr. Twain sent back to Mr. Carnegie, thanking him for his scotch. And one of the first ones was, I got the whiskey, dear St. Andrew. And something happened to it. Always does. You get my meaning. And then the other one that I kind of like is, your whiskey came at the right time. Of course, your whiskey never comes at the wrong time. I'm assuming because it was also free. Anyway, before I have any more of these libations and outbursts such as free, I'm going to bid you an hasta luego, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. And right now, I'm going to catch myself, well, some more of this delicious Johnny Walker Red. Finish off this delicious bowl I have, and well, probably take a nap. See ya.